So we're back on the Mule, and as you can see, I've got a bunch of pictures, and details like this really help. The other thing that really helps is when I labeled the harness, and I also wrote down like green, white to green, red, white to brown. These connectors, yeah. So where we're at, tail lights, going to be making a run to Tractor Supply, get some new lights. The engine's wired in, everything's loomed in now. There are some connections that were not used, and they had these little bags over them, so I just redid that. The battery box area, it had a melted white wire. I didn't have the same gauge, so I just doubled up on some wire. That's for the charging circuit. Fuses, it came with fuses and extra fuses there. Everything's done in the battery box. I've got the voltage regulator relays installed. We'll talk about the battery in a minute. Loom comes up. So if you've seen that picture right there, that's the one where the headlight connectors go. They are out. I'm waiting on some more parts. Everything in the dash is loomed in. This is the connector that goes to the indicator lights, emergency brake light, and the oil temperature light. And that I wrote down those color codes. There is a connector that's not used here. Down here, this connector was the way I found it, because what I found out on the brake switch, there's something missing on that, and I cannot find the diagram to hook up that switch. I think it's some kind of spring. I may work on that. We do have some extra connectors over here that were not connected up, so all that's back in the way it's supposed to be. So wiring harness is in. So yeah, on the battery, I did find out that the company ships them dry. They do not send the acid. Called a local parts store. They do sell the acid for these. 1 quart version for the ATV batteries. So I'm going to go pick that up. I ordered some more parts over here. This is one headlight assembly, which is what I had. So when I ordered new headlights, they didn't come up with any of this stuff. So I'm going to go to the Tractor Supply. They have these bulbs, and I went ahead and ordered one more of each of these connectors. I also need, this is the adjustment screw to adjust the headlight angles. That's one, and I just need to find a spring. I found a bolt that'll work for me. I can cut it off, but I got to find a spring for that. So all that's on order, and the next step is I may go ahead and hook a small battery up to this and just check like the emergency brake light. And there's not a whole lot I can do without just throwing a battery in it and cranking it off, which it's either going to melt down or it's going to work. So yeah, that's where we're at with it. Thanks for watching. Okay, let's see if it's going to run. Got the battery in it, it's charged up, and key's way over there. battery's charging, and we're going to put the rest of the panels on it. All right, so one of my worries is going to be the voltage regulator, and I got 14.5 volts while I was just sitting there idling, so that's good. So what we're going to do now is just put all the rear body panels on. I don't have all the headlight hardware. That's going to be left off for a little while. I did order some of those parts, so when they come in, and I got one more front body panel that I have to order. But for the most part, I should be able to ride this thing around this afternoon. Finish my coffee and get to work.